Saw a bottle of Eagle Rare there, so that's a good idea. I think he ended up drinking more of it than he did, but he was very thankful that I brought it over as
Good
well.
intentions, right?
Yeah, good intentions. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Joe.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, welcome to Bluegrass Whiskey Review.
All right, Joe. So it's Thanksgiving week.
It is. A lot to be thankful for sure.
Got some Christmas trees up already.
Yeah.
Told my wife, totally against the rules.
It is, but you know, it's a short time between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year.
So this week, I think we were just thinking like a couple of bourbons that we're thankful for. Maybe a quick reason why and a little bit about. Not so much of a hardcore review this week, but
no, but I think it's something that a lot of bourbon drinkers either drink on a daily basis or reminisce back to the time that got them started, or something you just like to go to the store and you're thankful to see there pretty much every day. So for
sure.
me, that's Eagle Rare, and I think that's becoming a little bit more obtainable and thankful to walk in the store and see. When I first started drinking bourbon, it was attainable. You'd think just 5 short years ago, you could walk in any store and it would be there on the shelf. Somewhere sitting, around the $23, $30 mark. Short story is I moved back here 5 years ago. Was invited to my buddy's wedding, high school buddy, and I hadn't seen in a long time. So I walked into, I think, Kroger, Fern Creek. Saw a bottle of Eagle Rare there, so that's a good idea. I think he ended up drinking more of it than he did, but he was very thankful that I brought it over as well.
Good intentions, right?
Yeah, good intentions. So what'd you bring?
So I brought Knob Creek. So the old school Knob Creek, 9-year, 100 proof. Knob Creek, you know this, Joe, but for those of you watching, I spent 10 years working in IT at Jim Beam. So Knob Creek was my first product that I tried as an employee there, and it was really my first sipping bourbon.
Yeah.
I'd had some white label, guzzle, and that stuff
sure.
down, but never really sipped bourbon until I started working there. And I remember my boss at the time told me, I made a face, 100 proof, first one out of the gate. It's a little hot, but my boss was like, yeah, you better get used to it. But I hadn't had it in a long time, and I actually tried it here a while back. I pulled this out. This one's actually from 2008. So pulled this out, cracked it open, tried it, and I was like, I forgot how much I really liked that bourbon. So just a bourbon special to my heart, and stories behind so many different pours that we have as friends, right?
Yeah. So now get back to the Eagle Rare. Pretty significant lineage. Actually, I was reading about it today, and I didn't know it was actually started at Beam Centauri. It was actually sold over to Sazerac Company in the late 80s. So interesting history there. It's kind of bounced around a little bit. Still now produced today by Buffalo Trace out of Frankfurt. But it started out as that 10-year single barrel bourbon, and when you can find that 10-year single barrel store pick, it hits you right there, that tried and true Eagle Rare taste, and they're really good. Actually started out as 101 proof, and just this year, that Eagle Rare 17 year went back to that 101 proof. So this is sitting at 90 proof, still aged no less than 10 years, but it is coming in as a small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The reason why I like it is I feel like it's that everyday bourbon. When I think of bourbon, that's what I think of. It's not, I say, overly complex when you're sniffing it. You get some light brown sugars, you get some caramel notes, you get a little bit of honey, you get that oakiness to it, and the 90 proof is really easy to sip. So when I think of bourbon, I think of Eagle Rare.
Gotcha. Very cool. Yeah, and on the Knob Creek, lots of different expressions that they've came out since the early days of Knob Creek. I mean, you got Rise, now you've got single barrels and things like that, and some of the best value store picks that are out there for under $50. You're talking 14, 15 years sometimes. So
really Eagle Rare for me, just really easy, 90 proof, sipping, hits you with some honey straight away, hits you with that oakiness. Doesn't blow you away, overly complex. It's just right there in the feels.
Sure. Yeah, and Knob Creek's along the same lines when I think about just a nice standard bourbon. It's got your caramels and your vanillas. Jim Beam's traditionally got, a lot of people say, that peanut type of taste to it, but I think with the age, it's a lot different than what you get out of something like a white label or something like that.
Well, I mean, this has been a great idea. I know we got a lot more, in store for you as we come up. As you're, sipping some bourbons during Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving holiday. Think about what you got to be thankful for. There's definitely a lot if you're sitting down sipping on some bourbon. So I know, appreciate you, Rob. Appreciate all the neighbors I got around here. Appreciate the family and everything like that. So just wishing nothing but the best to all you out there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you all for checking our channel out, continuing to support us. And again, like and subscribe if you got some bourbons you'd like us to review or chat about. We'd love to try to get our hands on those bourbons. So everything we do, we're in the store just like you guys, grabbing bottles. We've had a couple of lucky heads ups on a couple of these pours we've had, but other than that, we're out there hunting just like you guys. So thanks so much to Joe and all of you guys checking out the channel. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Cheers.
Cheers.